While we are drawing, some shapes may overlap. To give you a clearer picture of what I mean, let's take a look at the open document. There's a house floor plan that includes quite a few objects in it, and even though you cannot tell at first glance, there are a few lines that overlap. To prove my point, I will select the outer wall by simply clicking on it. It seems all there is to it is a single polyline, but if I press Escape and use the window method to select again, notice that there is indeed a hidden line underneath. I will press Escape again and try to select this line. However, there is no way I can do that because this line is under the polyline. To be able to select it, I need to enable the selection cycling from the status bar. This icon does not appear in the status bar by default, so I will click on the customization icon and select it from the contextual menu. Once it appears, I will click on it to activate it. Like every other button in the status bar, when it's active, it becomes a lighter shade of blue. Now, if I move the cursor where one of the lines was, a symbol appears indicating that there are more than one object in this spot. Once I click to select, the selection dialog box appears with a list of all the objects that overlap. As you can see, there is a polyline and a line. When I move the cursor on an object from the list, the object is being highlighted in the drawing. In this way, I can see clearly what it is going to be selected and choose between the overlapping objects. Now I will click on the line and notice that it was selected easily. I will delete this line since I do not need it in the drawing. I can search all the lines that overlap and delete them one by one, but that will take a lot of time to achieve. Instead of searching the whole drawing, I can use a single command to remove all the duplicate objects at once. This command is called Delete Duplicate Objects and it can be found either in the Modify menu or in the Modify panel of the Home ribbon. Alternatively, we can just type the word Overkill in the command line and press Enter. When the command is active, a message prompts me to select the objects. I will select the whole drawing and press Enter. Once I press Enter, the Delete Duplicate Objects dialog appears. The value in the tolerance field controls the precision with which Overkill makes numeric comparisons. With Ignore Object property, some object properties can be ignored during comparison. In the Options section, there are several useful options. When Optimize segments within polylines is selected, individual line and arc segments within selected polylines are examined, and duplicate vertices and segments are removed. Within this option, there are two extra options. We can choose to ignore polyline segment width and to not allow polyline objects to be broken. Next, we can convert overlapping objects which either partially overlap or have common endpoints into single objects. Lastly, with Maintain Associative Objects selected, associative objects will not be deleted or modified. At this point, I will select OK without changing anything in this dialog. All the duplicate lines and arcs were effortlessly removed.